Let's talk about melasma. Real talk, my story, and why most probably you are still trying more treatments, different creams and serums, while your melasma is still bouncing back. I'm a kid from the 80s. I don't know about you, but normally the 20-year-old girls today have a skincare regime of 20 steps. They are absolutely educated. They know everything. They take care of their skin. They don't go into the sun. They wear SPF on rainy days. And yes, that is because they have the full insight from TikTok and Instagram. We didn't have that. I was born without internet. I was born in the 80s where we loved to tan and fry in the sun. My parents didn't tell me to use sunscreen. I messed up my skin with tanning studios, being on the beach and just living to be tan. That was my main goal in life. Contraception pill. I was taking contraception pill for 14 years, and in my 20s, of course, I didn't live a very clean life. And in my 30s, with all that, what I've already done for my skin in my 20s, plus the constant frying and grilling in the sun and not really taking care of my inside life as well in terms of supplements, antioxidants. With 35, I developed gentle spots on my cheeks. It was the first patterns that I saw, and I was not really worried. I saw it. I never really had pimples, acne, anything, but that was the first time when I was like, okay, so what is going on here? It grew, but not to an extent where I was really worried. However, I heard people say there is bleaching creams in the supermarket because back then I was living in India. So I went and got myself the bleaching creams. That was the first problem where I started to destroy my skin. It got worse and it grew, not by the day, but by a month. I decided to go for a laser treatment. I had no idea which kind of laser it was. I was not educated that laser could actually harm your skin more. I was just happy that somebody did something to my skin. I went to the laser treatment. What happened? My freshly lasered skin broke out to its worst state ever. That's when it really started to be severe. From that moment on, I was just looking for solutions because I was devastated. I was so sad, I was so frustrated, nothing worked. It got worse by the day, it got darker by the day. I felt that the skin was also different than before the laser treatment. It was very sensitive, it was very reactive. What I did then was I found somebody who offered clinical needling, and that is a difference to regular needling. Clinical needling is done with longer needles and with kind of a stabbing technique where they say that if these needles go into the depth of your skin, the melasma comes out. It cost $400. She offered me 3 treatments. You have to numb your face for half an hour or an hour before. You are bruised, inflamed and swollen for an entire week that you have to stay at home because your face is just unbearably in pain. And of course, my melasma didn't get better with those treatments. By that time, I've already spent around $1,000 into my skin or more, most probably more. I continued with crazy stuff. Somebody told me to drink morning urine. Somebody told me to put baking soda. The other people told me to put some crazy oil. So I did everything and my skin just went to worse and worse states. Until somebody told me about a technique that works with microcurrents. Until somebody told me that the melasma is not happening on the outside, but actually at the inside. And whereas all these estheticians and doctors and the dermatologists had told me, well, most probably you have to live with this kind of skin condition, that was the first time where I had hope and said to myself, if it's from the inside, I will be able to do something here. I decided in that very moment that I will not take the no from the estheticians and the doctors as an answer. I will not accept to live with this skin condition for the rest of my life. And I started my own transformational journey. That is 3.5 years ago. Look at my skin today. I'm sitting here without wearing makeup because wearing makeup just felt so cakey and so covered. And for years in the heat and we're in the sports, and when I met my former boyfriend, I was going to bed with makeup. I waited in the bed until he would fall asleep. Then I would crawl out and take off the makeup and then I would go to bed and sleep. I did not want him to see me with my skin like that. I was too embarrassed. And I guess you know these situations. When I understood that melasma is happening on cell level, I knew that I can do something. I put myself down to do the research, and I started to be my own guinea pig. I put together certain treatment steps with a company where I knew products are clean, products are safe, products are scientifically researched, and products are available wherever I travel. I really experimented with each individual product, and then I put them together and saw how they work together. Then I would talk to scientists and understand, okay, why is this ingredient actually making a difference in the melasma transformation? Then I would go to talk to estheticians and see what they say. So I really put down a lot of time, energy, and effort into all the research and understanding why putting these things together in this order would help in the long run to reverse my melasma. I was working constantly on this and with this regime, and my skin started to transform. It started to change. People would ask me, my parents would be like, wow, your skin looks better. What did you do? So people saw a change, and that always gave me this reconfirmation that yes, it is working. It's not only me thinking that something is changing, it was really changing. In the first year was okay. In the second year, not a lot happened. In the third year, really a lot of big transformational changes happened. And then nowadays, I'm in the fourth year now. I just know that I am out in the sun and it's fine. I'm playing tennis outside and it's fine. Like, my skin is good. What I did was I measured my antioxidant level in the beginning, which was at 43,000. I'm measuring my antioxidant levels today, which are at 90,000 plus. My skin cell is protected from oxidative stress. I'm keeping my melasma maintained because my routine that I started for the melasma became my everyday skincare regime. Others have an anti-aging regime, others have an acne regime. I have a melasma regime. It's combined of the outside and the inside. And in general, the products that I use are great for hydration and anti-aging. But because we put certain products together with supplements and technologies, this symphony of how we use them together is making the difference for us melasma women. For example, I give you just one example. Many women use sunscreen and they tell me, yeah, I'm using sunscreen every day, but my melasma is not getting better. Well, SPF is not making your melasma better. Your melasma is a cell damage that needs to be reversed on the inside. It's a damage that needs time to be reversed. You took 10 years or 15 years to actually damage your cell in that extent. You cannot expect that within 3 weeks your melasma is going to be fading. But if you keep on repairing this damage, reversing the damage, protecting your cell, and working on the spots from the outside, yeah? That's 3 pillars that we're working on. Cell damage reversal, skin cell protection with antioxidants, and fading the spots from the outside. That's the 3 things that we need to work on. When you only use sunscreen, that will not change anything with your spots. To reverse melasma, you need biohacking components. You need certain ingredients, and you need these ingredients in a certain potency, and you need these ingredients to be bioavailable for your skin cells so that your body then can use them and can actually start working with them. Whatever we teach you and share with you here is not some woo-woo or something that we just took from somewhere. It's really a scientifically proven transformational process. Is a journey that we also share with skin specialists, with skin therapists, with estheticians that work with these procedures with their clients. What is important for you to understand, if you go to the gym and you just want to go there for fun, then you can do your own thing. But if you go there to shred and to lose weight or to work for a competition, then you need to stick to what your trainer says. And here it's the same. If you want to have the results that we show you as testimonials, you need to follow a certain regime, a certain understanding of what is going on in your body, and it needs patience, and it needs exactly the steps that we give you. That's an amazing information. That's great news, because here's somebody that has walked the path, that knows exactly how you feel, that has been so destroyed by this skin issue, and somebody who's offering you pre-prepared little mini steps that you just need to take and follow, implement it into your daily life so that you find your melasma transformation and go into that process. And you're guided on every single step. This is a little bit of my story. I can just tell you, don't accept a no, don't accept your frustration. You can change it, but it's in your hands. You need to take the decision and you need to say yes to yourself. You need to trust a person that has walked the path and not a person that actually wants you suffering, because skincare industry doesn't really have an interest in you getting better, because if you are getting better, you're not a paying customer anymore. That is a very sad truth, but please think about it. The skincare industry doesn't want you to be a client that doesn't have skin issues anymore, because then you are not a paying client anymore. Follow someone who has been there, somebody who has done the transformation, and then get in touch with that person. Do exactly the same things that this person has done, and you will see the same results in your skin. Thank you so much for joining, for watching. We have our community on Facebook, we have our community on Instagram. You will have just everything here available at the tips of your fingers. I see you in our next educational melasma videos.